Last time, we covered the Tournament of Power, and saw that a new foe was about to appear right after that. While everyone in the Universe 7 has been breaking their limits, there's also a certain villain that's broken out of prison. You like that segue? Well, then you're gonna like part 10 of What If Gohan Trained Like Goku. Let's begin. While Moro is on his way to Namek, someone in the Galactic Patrol decides to take action, that being Maris, of course. They go to Earth to look for Majin Buu, who, of course, isn't there. Looks like his magical abilities won't be able to be used here, but they could use the power of the Earthlings, specifically 3 very strong people, Goku, Vegeta, and of course Gohan. Hearing of this great danger, they decide to go to Namek with Maris, wanting to help once they hear that the planet's in danger again. But this actually ends up being a double-edged sword. Everyone arrives on Namek pretty much the same time they normally did. Nothing changes with Moro arriving there, and as we mentioned before, Goku does have engine transmission from Otherworld, meaning that they get on the planet at the same time too. The thing is, no one really has a plan on how to fight Moro. Of course, they're all stronger here, which does help a bit, but there's 2 issues here. One, Goku doesn't use Ultra Instinct until it's too late. By the time he tries to use it against Moro, he's already drained enough energy, meaning Goku's attacks aren't as potent and such. And they still don't know how to effectively fight Moro since this is their first encounter with him. And the second bad thing is, of course, with them being stronger, Moro is able to take more energy more quickly, especially with Gohan being there. Even if Moro is facing someone one-on-one, he has 2 other people waiting on the sidelines just having their energy taken. He's gonna grow stronger a lot more quickly. So a lot of the arc ends up playing out like normal at first. Now they know enough about Moro. Had they known about that already from the get-go, Goku would have used Ultra Instinct Omen and would have probably finished it right then and there. So at least now Goku knows an effective way to fight him. But of course it's still not going to work because they've lost a lot of energy, which obviously also makes Moro stronger. So even with the 3 of them being beyond their normal limits, and with Gohan being there in general, not much of the arc would change. It's just worth noting that it could have changed had Goku known about Moro's abilities. But obviously he couldn't know that without seeing it in action. He's not a psychic. We do start seeing more changes after Namek though. When everyone escapes, they all go down different paths. Goku decides he's going to train Ultra Instinct further. Of course he has a control on Ultra Instinct Omen, and that kinda did help when they were fighting against the prisoners and such. But it still ran out very quickly. While he does have a control on it, it's still not efficient enough. Not to mention, he knows there's a completed level beyond this. He just hasn't reached it yet. And now he knows how to fight Moro. He just needs to grow a little bit stronger in the meantime, and figure out a better way to control Ultra Instinct. And if he could do that, he could definitely defeat Moro, once he gets a better grasp on this power. As for Vegeta, he doesn't go to Yardrat, and there's 2 reasons for that. For one, he hasn't heard much about it from Goku. Goku does have instant transmission, but he learned that in Otherworld. He didn't specifically mention Yardrat or anything. But even if he did, there's another reason Vegeta's not going to go there. It's because he wants to train with Gohan. But Gohan's confused as to how he could train. They need some sort of specific ability to fight Moro. That's why Goku's going for Ultra Instinct, right? Shouldn't Gohan go for that too? Vegeta has a better idea though. A way to train himself, and a way to train Gohan. That way they'll have 3 different ways to defeat him. Vegeta did want to use his own powers against Moro, but didn't get the opportunity because Goku fought first. Had he fought, it would have gone a lot differently. Especially because the power he has would be perfect against him. And Gohan's curious to see that, which is exactly why they need to go to Earth to train together. Vegeta knows that for both of them, training would be mutually beneficial, and each would have their own way to defeat Moro. He thinks Gohan can grow strong enough that even with his power absorption, Moro won't be able to defend against an attack from Gohan. He knows Gohan's insane potential. And Gohan is still concerned because in this case, his power works against him, but Vegeta thinks that doesn't matter. One strong, well-placed attack could end this. He just needs to unleash enough power once to prevent Moro from absorbing it. And back on Earth, Vegeta shows Gohan what he's been using so far. He almost uses the Tournament of Power, but never needed to. Although he admits to Gohan, had he lost against Jiren, Vegeta would have stepped in and used this power instead. He begins charging up, surrounded by some ominous purple flames. His ki completely changes. It's absurd. He's unrecognizable, both in terms of power and his physical look. Because he looks terrifying now. He introduces this power as Ultra Ego. While Goku got his own power with Ultra Instinct, Vegeta's been working a lot with Beerus. His control on this power still isn't amazing, although it does grow a lot during battle. The issue is though, he hasn't really battled with it much recently. Vegeta says this will work against Moro because this is the one kind of energy that Moro shouldn't be able to absorb. The energy of a destroyer. If Vegeta uses any attacks imbued with that energy, Moro would be stupid to absorb it because then that energy would just be able to erase him. Now, Vegeta's not sure if this is enough to defeat Moro at his current strength. With how potent his magic is, that might give him an edge. But the point is, he can't absorb Vegeta's energy in this form. And Vegeta expects that Moro is going to be a lot stronger the next time they see him. So, Goku has Ultra Instinct, allowing him to attack without having energy absorbed. Vegeta has Ultra Ego, which gives him a similar advantage but for a different reason. And Vegeta says that's why he needs to train with Gohan. He's going to whip him into shape to make him the perfect opponent against Moro. Sure, he might not be able to counter the energy absorption, but that's not going to matter if he kills him with one shot. And Gohan's kind of surprised to hear this. Well yeah, he probably could have done that on Namek, but by the time they see Moro again, he's probably going to be too strong for that. And Vegeta says he's not talking about Gohan's current strength. And he says Gohan must know it too. Even if Moro gets a lot stronger, it should be a pretty easy fight for Gohan. Barring the energy absorption, of course. But Vegeta knows Super Saiyan Blue isn't his limit. He's had that for so long. And he tells Gohan, he and Goku have grown past Super Saiyan Blue. Gohan probably can too, but Gohan doesn't even know where to begin with that. and Vegeta knows exactly what the key to doing that is. For him and Goku, they each harness some different property of their own personality, or at least something innate to them. With Ultra Instinct, Goku's fueled by calmness, and the mastery of movements, things that he's practiced for so long as a martial artist. As for Vegeta, Ultra Ego is fueled by Vegeta's battle spirit. The heat of battle not only fuels him, but this form as well. Although, he's not entirely sure what Gohan will get. But after knowing Gohan for so long, he knows a lot about who he is. Gohan's power is derived from a need for it, a desire to protect others. Hell, he's a literal superhero. At the core of him, that's what fuels him for battle, protecting others. Whether that desire to protect others comes from the love for them, or the anger from watching them being hurt, Gohan needs to harness both of those things. The immense, untapped rage inside of him, but also that fondness for others around him, the gentle part of his nature. Having those two work together in harmony will allow him to surpass his limits, and Vegeta's really going to whip him into shape. Some of the prisoners eventually do show up to Earth and warn of Moro's return because they're defeated very soon after, especially with Vegeta and Gohan being there. Of course, having teamed up with the likes of Piccolo and Videl as well. Even Trunks is involved in this fight too. So they have more people against these prisoners, and stronger people too. But this quick defeat does have a bad side. At first, Moro decides he's going to wait 2 months to come to Earth. That should be enough time for them to grow stronger and for his snacks to be better. But seeing these two fight here, it makes him start to reconsider that. So the group thinks he's about to arrive in 2 months, which is great for Goku. That gives him more than enough time to train with Mayris because now they can actually train for 6 months in that room of spirit and time that they have. But little do they know, Moro actually plans to come to Earth a lot sooner, deciding he doesn't need to wait that long to snack on Gohan and Vegeta's energy again. Amidst their training, much to everyone's surprise, more Galactic Patrol prisoners arrive one day. That makes no sense to them. They thought Moro was going to wait longer. Not that these guys are hard to fight, they're actually pretty easy to defeat. The only one who's actually kind of tough to fight is 7-3, who at one point grabs a hold of Vegeta's neck. They actually did fight him before, but he never actually got to steal any of their abilities, and they have no clue what he's doing. Vegeta thinks he's just trying to do some sort of stupid sneak attack, so he easily just knocks 7-3 away, and this must mean Moro himself is nearby. But you know what? That's fine. Vegeta's still confident that they can defeat Moro. He'll go up against the Magician first, and Moro's glad to see that Vegeta and Gohan are ready, completely healed from their last encounter obviously. They should make for quite the good snack, but Vegeta says he doesn't think so, as he then powers up into Ultra Ego. And at first, Moro isn't phased at all. That's definitely some sort of godly technique, at least until he hears that it's actually the energy of a destroyer that Vegeta's utilizing. He does try to take some of Vegeta's energy, but Vegeta coats himself in that energy. And when Moro tries to take it for himself, it injures him. It's like it's toxic to him. Moro can't take any of Vegeta's energy, and since Moro arrived here earlier, he's actually weaker than he normally is, with Vegeta being a lot stronger than he normally is. And once this is revealed to Moro, he can immediately see the writing on the wall. He should have waited to come to Earth. He didn't realize this would be that bad. And Vegeta gets ready to destroy him. In terms of raw strength, he's so far above Moro that any normal ki attack from him would kill him. But Vegeta doesn't want to be safe, so it's probably better to use a Hakai and completely wipe him out of existence. But Moro tells Vegeta he's not going to be defeated that easily. Vegeta sticks his hand in front of him, charging the Hakai. But Moro then whips his hand out to the side of him, using telekinesis to pull someone over. And Vegeta immediately stops charging the attack when he sees who it is. He's holding Trunks, infuriating Vegeta beyond belief. But of course, he can't attack Moro, and this gives Moro just enough of an opening to dash away, shooting up plumes of lava from the ground. Moro knows exactly where to go. His backup plan is still here. Vegeta makes sure Trunks is okay, and thankfully he is. But then he senses Moro's energy surge. Not too far away, it's where they fought the prisoners before. And Moro has completely transformed, having absorbed 7-3, getting all of his powers too. He tells Vegeta now they should be more evenly matched. 7-3 did steal his powers after all, so those attacks won't bother him. If Vegeta's truly the best they've got, then Moro has nothing to worry about. But Vegeta tells Moro he just made a grave mistake. Vegeta was going to make his death quick, but now Moro's just going to prolong the inevitable. It's not because Vegeta's going to savor it or anything, it's just because they have their own separate plan too. But also on top of that, Moro really pissed Vegeta off. 7-3 might have stolen his powers, but not during the heat of battle. Sure, Moro could probably tap into Ultra Ego, but Vegeta's already grown stronger. Plus, Moro using Trunks as a human shield really angered Vegeta, and he's going to pay him back in full for that, having already grown stronger from the anger. The two launch in towards each other and begin clashing. Moro doesn't know how to properly wield Vegeta's power, and also, Vegeta has already grown stronger thanks to his anger and his battle spirit growing. He's matching Moro pretty well, and the two of them have the same abilities now, and Moro asks Vegeta how he's going to defeat him now. He's coated himself in the same energy of destruction. Vegeta's not going to be able to erase him, but Vegeta says he doesn't need to any longer. It's like he said, Moro just prolonged his death. In mid-battle, Vegeta surprisingly stops, turning over to where Gohan is. He tells Gohan he's already had his fun with Moro, but this guy's a tricky bastard, so Gohan should just finish it off as quickly as he can. And Moro says there's no way that guy's going to defeat him. Sure, he had a lot of energy before, but it's probably not going to match Vegeta's level. Plus, with his newfound powers, nothing Gohan does will be enough. Vegeta punches Moro square in the face, shutting him up. Vegeta says he will enjoy the remainder of this battle, right before Gohan finishes it at least. And Gohan honestly isn't too sure about this, but he just tells everyone to stand back, like really far back. Thankfully, there's not many people around since they were attacked on a whim, with Trunks and Piccolo flying off. Videl's also nearby too, and she simply just tells Gohan to be careful, since she already knows what's about to happen. And he promises her he'll be fine. Piccolo can't believe they're about to witness this. They've already seen it before, and it appears everything Vegeta said was right. He turned out to be a really great teacher for Gohan, which is pretty surprising. All they see in the distance is two purple lines of energy hitting each other at random, as Moro and Vegeta clash in the sky, with Gohan standing there on the ground, looking up calmly at them. The ground subtly rumbles, as blue flames swirl around Gohan, and it's almost as if the sky darkens. And Moro can sense some of Gohan's power rising. With all of Vegeta's abilities, he can sense everything that Gohan's doing. And at first he pays no attention to it, but those blue flames creep up Gohan's body, with lightning striking around him too. The blue flames start turning darker, almost purple, and then Moro starts to feel a terrifying presence in the area. Even Vegeta's a bit unnerved. He's seen this already, but he can't get used to it. He still can't believe what kind of power was tapped in there. And that's kind of why he wanted to fight first, because he knew if Gohan fought, well, he wouldn't have had a chance to face Moro. Honestly, he probably could defeat Moro here if the fight went on any longer. But again, with how cunning he is, he wanted Gohan to finish this for sure. Then summoning all of his power, Vegeta tries to freeze Moro midair, using his destructive energy to hold him hostage. Moro does try to wiggle free, but his attention is diverted back to Gohan. A massive pillar of ki it slowly dissipates, and in the middle of it is Gohan, taking on a terrifying new appearance. His hair, it's noticeably longer than before. His aura did have some of the blue flames of Super Saiyan Blue, but it's much fiercer now. It's much darker. He has a red glow around him, with red sparks of electricity as well. And Vegeta tells Moro to take a good look. This is what he helped Gohan access, tapping into his rage, his unique and immense potential, and his desire to protect others, but also combining that with the calming power of Super Saiyan Blue to control it. Little did they know, this is actually a combination of forms, which Gohan only discovered later on. It's the power of Super Saiyan Blue, achieved through tranquility, but the power of a much more intense form that Gohan had, his beast form. Although, Gohan underwent a shocking evolution. Initially, he evolved Super Saiyan Blue to this level, barely being able to hang on to it, and only finding out later that he tapped into another power while Super Saiyan Blue. The form that he's using now is the combination of those two. The tranquil harmony of Super Saiyan Blue, the intense rage of Beast. And to name this form, I'm going to take a name that you all probably know from before, but one that's not really used in the series at all. One fitting for the form that this is, especially with Beast being part of it. This is his newest form, Final Gohan. Saying that name again really brings me back to 2022. Moro barely gets a glimpse of the form. He tries to take energy, but he can't. Vegeta's own energy is surrounding him, destroying him whenever he tries to absorb any power. Gohan says he wouldn't have a chance to take his energy anyways. Absorbing all this power would take Moro far too long. His body probably couldn't even handle it. Gohan points a single finger at Moro, and within an instant, he just disappears, with a massive shockwave following him. Every cloud in the sky parts. Vegeta is blown back from the sheer force of the attack. He didn't even see Gohan launch that. He barely even moved to do that attack, and it was enough to completely eviscerate Moro in one shot, leaving nothing behind. And Vegeta knows had he been any closer, he probably would have been completely obliterated by that attack as well. Gohan immediately powers back down, with Vegeta also de-transforming. Well, he knew that would be terrifying, but not that terrifying. That's why he wasn't really too concerned about Moro. He was confident in his own strength, but confident in Gohan's strength too. And Gohan's happy, but he says it's kind of a shame, because Goku wasn't here to witness it. He still doesn't know anything about this form because he's somewhere far away training with Maris. Plus, with Moro arriving early, Goku probably doesn't even know that he came here. But Vegeta says in due time he'll see it, and he definitely will be impressed by it. A few days later, Goku teleports onto the planet. He heard about Moro's arrival and then left the time chamber. But everything seems okay here. And he hears they defeated Moro, which kind of bums him out. Well, he's glad that Earth is safe, but he's kind of bummed because he didn't get to use any of his powers against Moro. He's been getting a better grasp on Ultra Instinct, and he probably is going to actually train with Maris more. But he couldn't use that against Moro, obviously. But he wonders how they won against Moro. Was it Ultra Ego? Actually, no. While he was gone, Gohan was able to evolve far beyond his limits. And that really has Goku curious. What is this power that Gohan has? Can they spar while Gohan uses this? Well, probably not. Wait, what? He can't be that strong. And Vegeta tells Goku to trust him. It is that strong. Wow, it's not like Vegeta to say something like that. But Goku still wants to see this power, so they'll have to figure out some way for them to test it out in a sparring match. Meanwhile, on Beerus' planet, Beerus sensed the whole thing happen. Watching it through Whis' staff, glad to see Ultra Ego Vegeta fighting. But that pride turned into complete terror. Once he saw the strength of Final Gohan. What the hell happened to that mortal? And how is he so strong? What the hell is this? And this is where we'll leave off for now. What'd you guys think about this part? And what's gonna happen next time in the finale? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you want to see more videos like this, or if you just want to help out the channel. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.